Okay, so we got the boards planed out for the cutting board that we're in the process of doing. Did those the other day. The cherry came out pretty good, nice and surfaced. It's got does have the crack up the center like I was talking about. It's got a little bit of some sort of slight figure in here. We're going to go ahead and cut this center strip out. Use the either side. We'll probably end up making a small end grain cutting board out of this one. Here's the other piece of cherry we've got. I don't know if you guys can see the ripples or not, but there's a slight rippling right there. I think that's going to create a really nice effect in the board, possibly the end grain. There's the two pieces of maple. There isn't really anything particularly special about that. Really nice straight grain. These boards were planed to about 3/4, so to make it a small board. We'll get the edges done. We'll get that board underway. This piece right here is the other end of the cherry. I think this piece is going to be cut in half. I don't really see anything particularly salvageable or usable for the cutting boards, so to speak, but what I think I will end up doing is in the process of building these key hooks, I think we'll go ahead and somehow try to set these on there and make a hanging key hook of some sort with the little birds. Probably pour this epoxy, pour epoxy in those cracks. We're going to go ahead and try to get 3 projects. We'll get the end grain cutting board and the 2 key hooks out of the pieces of wood that we planed out the other day. And then we'll move along to the next project. I did plan on a piece of this spalted birch that was recently milled. We'll probably cut a cutting board out of that. Probably a live edge cutting board with some sort of long handle. But for now, the main projects I'm going to focus on are going to be the 2 key holders that I want to get finished up. I want to get one in the store, I want to get one on the website, and the cutting board will also be listed on the website. So those are going to be the three projects to kind of get us out of the door in 2019. So what I'm doing here is I'm getting my edges by jointing them. I don't actually own a power jointer. I'm pretty happy with that board. I'll switch out and start a new one. So this piece of maple is the final piece. It still has a little bit of debris on it from the lumber milling, and it also has some storage and drying. So I'm going to just wire brush the top of it before I use my hand plane to try to get a nice square edge. Not sure if this is how others do it. Like I've said in other videos, I'll take comments and I'll try to employ them and use them in the best way that I can. I did get a lot of the dirt out of there, out of the grooves from the cut. So I think that's going to be helpful overall. I'll go ahead and get this edge planed out and get the boards cut into strips and get the cutting board glued up. So I'm finishing out the hand planing of this last maple board before I cut the strips. Just sharing my videos, just to show people how I do stuff. Not by any means a master crafter. I just make a few cutting boards and other projects here and there, and just wanted to show people how I do it. I don't know if my ways of doing things are right or wrong. It's just how I get to my final product. Not a bad shaving. The strips are all cut and laid out. I have them marked. This board over here is going to be the end grain board. So I got it laid out in a pattern that's alternating. We'll get that glued up, then we'll recut it and do the alternating pattern, get that second glue up, hopefully here shortly by the end of the week. This board here, we actually got two boards out of those. This board here is going to be an edge grain, and I have a little hand cut form that I like to use. So we're going to go ahead and get a Vermont cutting board out of that one. Not a very big board, but it's a nice little board, and that's the board that we're going to end up finishing out with, and I might take some sort of something small out of here, I'm not sure yet. That's what we have for now.